What's up, everybody? D with D's Divine Tarot 411 out here at the Bradenton, Florida Riverwalk. You see the water in the background now, the bridge. So, yeah, man, it's just me taking a walk, drinking water, ice water, and just enjoying the day. I'm very thankful. I'm back to studying and researching. I'm also reading a good fiction novel by one of my favorites, John Grisham. I really like that dude. I always liked him because I like courtroom drama, like crimes and stuff like that. And they really he goes in those books. And so right now I'm reading The Racketeer. That joint fresh. And it's this brother named Malcolm, and he was a lawyer that got thrown into the same squad as the criminals, and then he had to go to prison for 10 years. That's all I'll say, but he's trying to get out of prison in some form or fashion. And so, yeah, so far so good. I'm really liking it. I'm about 100 and something pages in. But yeah, man, I'm just taking it easy. That's my new thing, easy. That's what I say now. What's up, man? Easy. I'm 49, y'all. I got what? 5 more months till I'm 50. I'm soaking up 49 for real. I'm soaking it up and enjoying just being. At work, I've been working a lot, so that's why y'all ain't seen me doing the readings and stuff, but I got a 3-day weekend, so we'll see about getting some readings up this weekend. But yeah, man, I keep saying that, but yeah, man, I'm feeling good. I'm thankful, I'm grateful, I'm blessed, and yeah, man, thank y'all for being a part of my life and the soul family. Thank y'all so much. Y'all who I reach out to, y'all who I talk to. You know, I got my family, I talk to them here and there, but family and soul family, that's what's needed, man. Stay close with your peeps, and, you know, the soul family that we got here on the channel is a blessing. We should probably think of possibly doing more on the channel together. So I'm thinking about some Zoom calls. If anybody would like to be a part of that, to where we'll call each other and email, that sort of thing, before we have the Zoom for different topics. You know, it could be about tarot, it could be about relationships, because it'll be raw if it's about relationships. I don't hold no punches about, you know, the divine masculine and the divine feminine when they're true, and when they're phony or when they're shisty. So if y'all want to do some kind of get together, any of y'all out there that want to talk and maybe do a Zoom call, we'll add it to the channel. It could be on many topics, spirituality, you know. I got a project in the works now that, you know, it's pretty much all done, but I'm kind of going to revamp it to me, more of my liking. So I did it with Preem the last time. So I'm going to start doing a lot of teaching about the stars too. It's my time. I got a 4th of July video up explaining where the idea of 4th of July came from. I know we're used to the 1776, you know, Independence Day. I mean, you know, it's just stories, y'all. And so once you can look at the history and see what they're saying and the characters, you look at them and then you tie them to the stars and you can see who's who. They always give us characters. That's why the presidents that we have, that's what they are. They're characters. And Trump was even on TV. You're fired. So y'all got to understand, this is a whole act. We can continue to get played and not see it and act like we in the shade, but really, we're getting played on all sides. It's just what it is. And we got to open our eyes and see it. 2020 already happened. We all supposed to have 2020 vision now to see the BS. I can see it light years away, right in front of my face. You know, I know when you're a shyster. It doesn't take long, and especially with these celebrities. I love celebrities. For a while, I went through a spell of really, really disliking them. I did videos, music songs, all about how I'm disgusted by them. But at the same time, I grew up on that stuff. And I needed that stuff, that music of my parents, the soul music I grew up dancing to in the house. I needed that. So I made a 50-50 bargain with the art versus their deception. I could see it right through it. I can see right through all the layers because it's a template in which they tie those layers to in the story. And so any story that you read, watch, any cartoon, it's all based on what's in the sky. That's why I keep going back to it. But the Easter Bunny, nobody knows what the Easter Bunny is for. It's for the constellation Lepus that's in the sky on Easter, and that's the bunny rabbit. That's also Alice in Wonderland bunny rabbit. All these stories come from the sky, y'all. Every single one. Santa Claus, that's Orion. The 12 zodiacs, those are all the reindeer. Rudolph is Cetus and Pisces with a red nose. So we got to understand these are stories based on the truth. It's like based on a true story, but it's a story that's happening in the sky, and then they're just changing their character names for the new story. Goes back to Zeus and you name it, Troy. You know, all these movies that we watch, all these stories that we've read and discussed in history, all of it goes back to the stars. Even the characters like George Washington, Ben Franklin, they're characters. They've always been characters to keep society being what it is. In the sense of, yeah, we could say the founding fathers, those are secret societies. They want certain people to have certain things. If we think America isn't the way they wanted it to be in the first place, I'm sorry, you're mistaken. This is a brotherhood versus our human, or you could just say human race brotherhood. And we have to be willing to come together, learn the truth, so we know what we're fighting for. We don't forget what we're fighting for. This is about freedom. And I'm not saying let's go to war. I'm saying use your senses, your God given senses. Learn the truth so you're not duped by it. That's what I'm saying. It's all about not getting got. You know, in some forms or fashions, we have to get got because we let them have control of the food, control of pretty much everything, cars and all of this. This is our stuff, the people's stuff, but we're seeing it in the hierarchy because of, you know, rules and regulations. But if you're being deceived by those same people, and maybe some of those same people don't even know they're being deceived, now you're in a rut. Well, I can see the, you know, ignorance. I can see the nescience where you have no idea. Ignorance is when you know, but still do the wrong thing. That's ignorance. I can see, you know, people who actually are doing the dirt, who are shiesty, you know, and thinking they're going to get away with whatever they're getting away with. But I'm sorry, y'all, we don't get away with anything on this plane. There is spiritual justice, and God gonna bring it down on any and all of us. I thought I was doing good when Preem passed. I got devastated. I had no idea that was gonna happen, but I had to fight to get to where I'm at, y'all. Just not give up. And now I'm stronger than ever, and a wise man. If you want to call me that, I just see a wise old soul. That's who I am. Orion's the man. Orion is the man, y'all. That's what he's known as. So that movie, Who's the Man? Orion. He's Indiana Jones, Michael Jackson. They all emulate him. Michael Jordan. What you think the ball is in basketball? The ball is the sun at sunset. So the ball is going down into the net. What's the net? Pisces. Anything that has to do with fish, because that's Pisces. That's the fish symbolism. And so they use symbolism. That's the way they talk. That's the way they communicate. And we don't understand that. We understand them, basically running shit, but we don't know where it's coming from. Sasquatch, all the shit they got us believing in. None of that shit is real, y'all. I'm sorry to tell you. It's all in the sky. You want to know who Sasquatch is? Who's Bigfoot? That's Cetus and Pisces. The reason it's the combination, they use that combination a lot in a lot of stories. But for that particular one, they didn't give it to us real, y'all. They gave it to us how they want us to see it. We think we're spinning on a globe, on a ball through space. I mean, how ridiculous that when we get up and feel and see this is a still earth. It doesn't move unless there's an earthquake. Go outside right now. It's a still earth. And if you're flying through space, I don't want to hear nothing about fixed stars. That's a ridiculous term. Yeah, you're fixing it in your mind so you keep believing the wrong thing in the stars. No, it's ridiculous. The stars, we see the same ones every season. So if we're flying through space, how in the hell is that possible? It's not, y'all. We not thinking. We got God-given senses, and we're trusting, so-called higher-minded people and believing that. When you got God-given senses to show you, no, that's wrong. So this is what that's about, man. This is about taking back your sanity. We're around here walking around crazy because we believe in the most crazy things. And then we wonder why people aren't healing in the churches because they can't connect with something that they don't really, it's in your subconscious not letting you go all the way. And I did. I went all the way. But after a time, you become numb. After a time, I did the music. I was in the choir. I prayed. God is evident in my life, but the religion is not. I've learned that Jesus is the best teacher ever, but that's not what you want to do when you're saying Jesus is God. Not for me. I learned better. The creator of creation is. There's no other creator. You got all these other gods. Name them all. You'll be here all day. And then when you mix in influences and material goods that people like, that can be a god too. So it's like we gotta understand, man, all of this is given to us. It's given to us to be who we are and not come out of it. I don't know how many of y'all seen that movie, Percy Jenkins, that first one. Well, they was eating cake in this party, and in that party, those people had been there and never left over hundreds and hundreds of years, and they didn't even know it because they kept eating the cake. The cake made them forget about leaving and going and doing their life. So they kept eating the cake, and then you saw like old celebrities that had passed and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, in real life, that's what they do to us in the sense of make us believe in things that aren't true. And so as long as we're doing that, we're never going to find the real us. I got the real me. I know the real me in the sense of in the truth. You can't tell me something knuckleheadish. I don't care if you're, the president of the United States, who has the highest of the highest of the high of supposed law and the decision on it. Well, if he's wrong, he's wrong. And most likely, I can prove not most likely, I can prove it. Because this is what this is all about, y'all, is coming to the clear truth. Not make believe, not where you can try to curve over it. No, we can all see it. Turn on a computer, turn on a phone. I'll show you how. Look up at the stars and start tying it to your favorite characters in your favorite movie. Even the movie is tied to the sky because they're telling you either daylight savings time, which is the time traveling movies. Because what happens in daylight savings time in the spring in November is the stars jump back or jump forward. In the spring, time goes forward, but the stars jump backwards. In the fall, the time springs backward and the stars jump forward. So it's a glitch in the sky, but you'll never know it unless you like use a star map. You can see it on the star maps, like Stellarium. You can go back to your birthday and see what stars was in the sky at that time. And so when you can start maneuvering that and see the stars are in the sky during the daytime, this is where all these crazy, horrible news stories are coming from, where we're thinking people are getting killed. No, that's Hollywood. These stories, they use the same platform, always got like a bunch of people around, one or two people. Whenever you see that, that's a secret society move. It's not the family and all these other people coming around them. You might see that every once in a while. If it's like major news, you're not gonna see it because they just go to your house, us common folk, and then they interview our families. And we ain't got 10, 15, even if it's an injustice to your family member. When have you seen the police? We done seen a lot of injustices. What happened to when we see them? Where the police at then? Where are all these crowds of people? We got to realize, y'all, we getting played. And it's all about energy vampirism. It's about taking your energy, making you fear, making you be divided by your soul brother or sister that's just in another skin suit. Some of us are so ignorant in that mind frame about black, white, Latino. Yo, we all the same. We just different like skin and background. Other than that, y'all, yeah, it's somewhere privilege, but they ain't got the same style. You know, they ain't got the same us. You know, so we kings and queens too. We just gotta know, like, ain't nobody better than nobody. This is about coming together as a whole people and seeing the truth. If we all see the truth, you know, and really know for ourselves, for those who really want to be free, there's a lot of people who don't want to be free. I'm one of the ones who do, and I did. I became free. My mind is free. My soul is free. I'm free from deceptions. Like all the stories I grew up with, all the myths, all that BS. Like I'm truly healed. And you have no idea what it is to know the truth where everybody else still believes in that stuff. And straight up silliness, nonsense, you know? And it's not like a slap in your face. It's just I care. That's why I'm trying to get other people to see the truth too. And that's what it is, man. If we grow up and yeah, they got the guns, but they also got the people who make the guns. But we all we got, y'all. And if we don't come from here, it's gonna get worse and worse, you know. And I just feel like this is a time of the best of the best. You know, I want to live a lot of good years in my life from this point out. And you say they got where they about to draft women in the military. I ain't never heard that before in my life. About to draft women for the military. Huh? What? Yeah, that's what all that trying to mix the, you know, the genders and all that. That was just a test run. And now look, it got us crazy, y'all. We better than this. We need to come together because there's so much to know. And once you know it, it's like the world kind of falls off of you. At first, you kind of like weird because you believe that stuff your whole life. But then when you can let it go and just know the creator is the one, creator of creation, who knows if it's a man or a woman? It's all the old gods used to be women, goddesses. So they switched from that when it became a monotheistic god with the Romans. And so here we are today. And so now we got men, you know, men gods who gave a man a rib and made him instead of a woman making him. It's a woman that gives birth, y'all. But we accept everything, everything that's given on the plate, we accept because they tie it to the sky and they can make it look real. Even the crucifixions of Jesus, all of that is happening in the sky, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to step on toes, but I can't not speak up. I can't not tell the truth. You can believe whatever you want to believe, but the truth still remains. Even after all of us die and are gone, the truth will still be standing. And that's who and what I walk with. Truth and justice. And that's me, y'all. I'm going to give it to you raw. You know, it's going to get even more raw in the coming videos because I see them. I can tell you exactly what they do. That's football players. That's like all kinds of celebrities, like football, basketball, baseball players. All the famous ones, y'all, the $1 million makers. It's a secret society. It's like a coming together of brotherhood, even womanhood in that brotherhood. It's all the same club and they all do the same things, and then they give us stories to believe in and talk about, but really they're creating history and we're believing dumb shit in that history. None of the shit they tell us or show us on TV even matters. It's all trivial. And then we go believe in politicians. I'm like, y'all, that's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. Has it ever worked? Y'all hoping it's something? I'm telling you, we getting played. And it's easy to see. I know that's not a dolphin. If that's a dolphin, I'm gonna be tripping. We getting played on all levels, on all sides, y'all, every day. But if we just extend a little more kindness to one another, it's hot right now. People at each other's throats. I hear on the radio they talking about that. They did a little like section where they was like, yeah, you got to be careful in this heat because people are quicker to snap, like they get like angry because it's the heat. You know, they said also the strokes and heart attacks can happen in the heat, so you got to be mindful. Drink a lot of water. It's cool right now off the water, so I'm just enjoying it. But we got to be smarter, man. We got to come together in truth. If we come together in truth, we have a better understanding of each other. Right now, we got mixed bags of mixed bags of mixed bags of personal things and beliefs and opinions based on things that are not real. Yeah, there's some things that are real, like supposedly common sense, but I'm telling y'all right now, there's not a lot of common sense. We're getting played on levels we have no idea, and once I show you, you'll get it. Every single holiday, y'all, comes from the stars. And once you can see it for yourself, you understand, oh, that's how they did that. Truman Show, Alice in Wonderland, you name a movie, Annie. That's Cetus and Pisces. They use them all the time because they used them back in the day in Egypt. And so, the Romans took over this calendar, but they had things wrong. And so they had to fix it. And now that they fixed it to a solar calendar, it's imitating God's real calendar. But then they're putting history at like their God. Like they're making like news stories from people in the media. And we buy it. Even from people's deaths. I done seen celebrities that's supposed to be dead, have been dead many years, pop back up and become a new character. I'm sorry, even new people that have passed I'm gonna get into all of it, y'all, because we're getting played, and we have to wake up from getting played. I'm sorry I couldn't do this in the light. I'm kind of hyped tonight, feeling kind of good, but yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know what time it is for real because a lot of people ain't ready for the truth. You can't handle the truth. You know, it's true. Once you really get down to it, people wanna keep the lie. They wanna keep their tradition. They wanna keep what they know. But it's not too much of a far thing to let something go that doesn't even make sense when you think about it. And once I point out to you what doesn't make sense, you might take offense to that. But to me, it's common sense. It's who we really are. And then we start believing in things and make it be so. I'm telling you, y'all, we getting played from every angle. Our spirituality, a lot of us, our connection to God. We got a middleman. There's only one creator. I'm not trying to make y'all mad or nothing like that, but there's one creator and there's many gods. One creator of creation, and that could be man or woman. You know, it could be both. And that's what I think it really is. Mother Earth, Father Sky, possibly. But even that would be Gemini because those are the twins, mother, wife, daughter, brother, you know. You can spin it however you want, even 3 friends or 4 friends. They just double it because it's the back sides of them. You know, it's Janus for January. It has 2 faces. That's Gemini, 2 faces. Even the character Two-Face, same thing. So we gotta understand Chucky, that's Cetus and Pisces. Jason, that's Orion. Freddy Krueger, that's gonna be Scorpio because that's the claw. And so when you see Orion in that yellow, they with the sun, the X-Men with the sun on the cross. That X is in the sky in the sense of a north-south meridian line, and then the arc of the ecliptic. And when it from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, then it goes to 1 o'clock. Now you've crossed over. It depends on what time it is and what's in the sky at that time and what crosses over. But that's how they make their movies. That's how they make their stories and tie it to holidays, but they don't tell us. They tie it to things that's going on in the sky. So that Karate Kid movie we showed you, they used that martial art movie to say basically how the eye in the sky moves. So it's an oracle, it's a secret decoder ring. It's like basically what they use to create. It's a template. And so it's God's. The creator made that happen that way, but they've hijacked it, and that's how they create on top of God, and then we buy it. They've done it with all the well-known stories from time to time. Name one of your favorite movies or books. It's what's going on at the sky at that time. Even a lot of the war movies, even a lot of presidents back, most of the presidents, if not all the presidents from behind, it's Pisces, it's Orion, it's whoever they're putting in for that time to imitate what Orion is going to be doing in the sky with other stars and other constellations. It's beautiful. It's a mastermind plan of what they've been doing for thousands of years, because even the Egyptians didn't let us know this. And so to have this back in our hands, I don't know if they let us have it or not, but I wouldn't think so. It's occulted, it's hidden. And so they got it from the Egyptians, and then they created from Julius Caesar. They made him a god, a deified god, like senator and pope together. He was like president and pope at the same time. And so this stems from him and being deified and being considered a god by other state sanctioned people and other gods followed after him. But he had one of the first calendars, which was the Julian calendar. That's what we were, Julius Caesar calendar, and we were on that before here. What we're on in the Gregorian. Actually, it was another one called a Julian day calendar after the Julius Caesar calendar. And this one is based on the stars, and this is what they've done. And so the highest law of the land is the Pope, because he's the vicar of Christ. So he's to stand in for God. So he's a man of God. So we have to understand, you know, do you know this person? Yeah, he's famous around the world and that sort of thing. So we think we know people. No, you don't know. They're actors, y'all. They're all actors. From the biggest of the biggest of the biggest news stories you get on the news, CNN and all of that, when you see their actors, these people in these news stories with straight up, not plastic surgery, it's like the makeup where they can make a monster out of a man, or they can switch your face completely, or they even got masks and then they jimmy them joints up. So this is what's been going on. We've been getting played a lot, y'all. We buy every single story. Oh, Kobe Bryant died. No, he didn't. Sorry, he came back as another dude and he is on YouTube. Y'all ain't gonna like what I'm saying because we want to hold on to things that aren't true. I'm gonna give it to y'all raw. I've been holding off. I'm probably gonna lose a lot of people on the channel, but I'm finna come raw in the sense of no holds barred. That's how my wife was. Like, she was like, nobody's gonna lie. Nobody's gonna get away with it. Nobody is gonna be able to beat the truth. And that's true. That's where I'm at with it. But I'm not gonna be an asshole about it. It's just showing you what makes sense over what doesn't. Or showing you how it physically happens in the sky. Because that's what it all comes down to. We can believe what we want to believe, but when we see